So let's talk about the big dream, right? The idea of a fully automated, money-making YouTube channel powered by AI. The promise sounds incredible, but the reality? Well, that's where things get a little more interesting. Hey guys, welcome to Amazing Productions. Today, we are going to tackle that exact topic. We're breaking down what it really takes to get a YouTube channel monetized using free AI tools in 2025. And believe me, the answer is probably not what you're expecting.
All right, so let's just get right to it. Can you actually, seriously, build a monetized YouTube channel using only free AI? I mean, it's the dream, isn't it? No camera, no fancy microphone, just pure automated content creation. And you can see why that dream is so powerful. I mean, the idea that you could just pump out endless videos, build a huge audience, and start making money, all without ever having to show your face or buy a single piece of expensive gear. That's the amazing promise these AI companies are selling.
Okay, but here's the catch. The moment you actually try to do this, you slam into two giant walls. The first is what free really means when we're talking about AI tools. And the second, honestly the much bigger one, is YouTube's own rulebook. Let's dig into that free part first.
So this is where the promise and the reality just completely disconnect. You're sold this idea of unlimited video creation, but what you actually get is a freemium model that's, full of limitations. We're talking big, ugly watermarks slapped on your videos, credit systems that run out super fast, and, of course, low-resolution output. Let's be real, these free plans are meant to give you a taste, not to run your entire production studio.
But you know what? Even if you've found a tool with no watermarks and unlimited credits, the AI tech itself isn't even your biggest obstacle. No, the real gatekeeper here, the final boss you have to get past, is YouTube. And boom, here it is. This quote says it all. This comes straight from YouTube's updated policy, which kicks in after July 2025. They are literally telling us they are coming after low-effort, automated, cookie-cutter content. This policy is a direct shot at that whole faceless, automated channel idea that so many people think is a shortcut to getting rich. Okay, so that all sounds kind of discouraging, right? But it's not the end of the story. The solution isn't to find one perfect tool. It's about being smart and building a strategic toolkit. So let's go over how you can create a workflow that actually follows the rules, using 4 different kinds of AI generators. First on the list is Runway. The way to think about this one is like it's your personal special effects artist. You use it to create those awesome cinematic shots and B-roll that you just can't find anywhere else. This is all about making your video look unique and not like generic stock footage. Next up, InVideo AI. Its superpower is speed. Think of it as your assistant editor who can throw together a first draft in minutes. You feed it a script and it builds a video using stock clips. Now here's the key. It's for building the scaffolding, not the finished house. It's a starting point. Third, we've got Pictory. This one is for all of you who are already writing content. If you've got a blog post or a script you've already put work into, Pictory is fantastic for turning that text into a video structure. It's a huge time saver. And finally, there's HeyGen. This tool is a game changer if you need a presenter but really don't want to be on camera yourself. It can create super realistic AI avatars for those professional talking head style videos, perfect for explainers or tutorials. All right, so this chart puts everything we just talked about into one place. It's basically your cheat sheet. You can see what each tool is for, its biggest limitation on the free plan, like how Runway only gives you 125 credits total, or HeyGen gives you just 1 single minute of video to test, and its risk level for monetization. And pay close attention to that last column. The risk is high unless you do the work to transform the output. So, how do you actually use these tools and stay on YouTube's good side? Well, you have to adopt something called the value addition workflow. I'm telling you, this is the core idea that separates a channel that can get monetized from one that YouTube is just going to flag as spam. It really breaks down into a simple 2-step process, but you have to get this distinction. Step 1 is AI generation. That's the easy part. The tools make the raw draft for you. But step 2, human transformation, that's where you come in. That's where you add the actual value that YouTube demands. So what does human transformation even mean? It means putting you into the video. It's about writing an original script with your own unique ideas. It's recording your own authentic human voiceover, which, by the way, is a massive defense against getting flagged. It's adding your own graphics, your own branding, and guiding the story in a way only you can. This is how you make the content truly yours.
And hey, speaking of staying compliant, I have to give you a huge warning here. If you use a tool like HeyGen with those realistic AI avatars, YouTube's policy is black and white. You absolutely must disclose that it's synthetic content using their built-in tool. If you don't, you're putting your entire channel at risk of demonetization. They are not playing around with this.
Okay, so let's bring it all home and talk about the actual journey. How do you realistically go from just messing around on a free plan to running a successful monetized channel? The single biggest mindset shift you need to make is this. Think of these free tiers as your personal lab. They're for testing ideas, for seeing if a niche has an audience, for creating a quick proof of concept. They're not, and were never designed to be, your full-time production house. So once you've proven your concept, once you see that people are actually watching and you're getting some traction, your very first real investment in your channel should be upgrading to a paid plan. Seriously, this isn't just an expense, it's a strategic investment. It gets rid of the watermarks, gives you high-quality video, and it tells both your audience and YouTube that you're taking this seriously. And that really brings us to the most important question of all. Look, AI can give you the visuals. It can put clips together. It can even give you a voice. It gives you this incredible, powerful canvas to work with. But the one thing it can never, ever provide is your originality, your insight, your unique story. So the real question for every creator looking at these tools in 2025 isn't about the AI. It's about you. What unique story are you going to tell?